She's got the vibe of a potentially aggressive dog. I need to teach her some skills so that it takes away some of the frustration.
Yeah.
Because what happens is a dog's got an attitude, so they don't want to do what you're asking of them. But then, you know, eventually they do kind of try, but they can't figure it out because they weren't paying attention enough. So now they're frustrated. So what I'm trying to do is do some easy stuff. Don't push it too much. Teach her some basic skills, and then address some of the attitude, because I need her to have some type of understanding. Because if I add frustration onto the mix, it's just going to fuel the flame. Just going to be a bigger fight. So give her some education first if I can, and she's letting me. And then we'll address more of the attitude stuff, like you were saying, on the walk and things like this. But I need her to understand some e-collar language here. She needs to understand me and what I'm trying to tell her. And then we'll go deeper into that, because you're right, it's still under the hood. Place. And just like any dominant aggressive dog, you know, if she were to become that, which I think she easily could be, it's all through confrontation. That's when they'll use their teeth. If you live with them and you don't bother them, then they're not going to bite you. But if you try to get them to do things they don't want to do, and if you try to tell them to do things, stop doing things that they want to do, that's when they use their teeth. So you can live with a dog and not know how aggressive it can be if you keep dodging the confrontation, which a lot of people do. And then they come into a program like this where we're like, put the leash on right away, and we're like, you have to walk with us. Then we see all the explosion. We see it all. So, and then what we have to do from there is we have to start teaching them the system, you know, and creating a system for them so that we can live more harmoniously without bites and all that stuff. So, but this dog is so young. She came in at the right time. Yeah, she's got the personality to bite if she gets a little annoyed, or if she doesn't like what you're doing. But she's so young. There's a sweet side in her too. We're just going to bring that out and start really getting rid of the dominance attitude towards humans. Okay. Good girl. There's a good girl in there though. Definitely. Oh yeah. So we're gonna continue this. Get our basics down. She's being a sweetheart. Again, I'm not stepping on her toes. I've gained a little bit of respect from her, so I know that I can do this without putting too much pressure on her. She's allowing, she's giving me consent, if you will, to train her. She's enjoying it for the most part. But eventually I'm going to come across an area that she doesn't enjoy, she doesn't want to do it, and she's fed up. And that's when we'll go down the road of making sure she understands that there are heavier consequences for more inappropriate behavior, such as biting and things like this. But right now, I'm not actively working on getting a bite from her. I'm just looking at teaching her place, teaching her recall, teaching her no, and then we'll move into some other stuff. But sometimes the cool thing about this is sometimes just the training gets rid of the attitude. And for me, I feel like it's possible that by the time a couple days from now, after we've worked on the walk and we've worked on inside behavior and all this stuff, we might just never see a big fight from her. We just may never, and that happens. Other times there's usually one good, like, I've had enough. But at the end of the day, at the end of the first week, everybody's feeling good, and we put our past behind us when we move forward, right? Right? Break. Good girl. So let's see what we got here. Good. It's common that these guys with all this confidence when they come in, it goes away once they're in an unfamiliar place. So you see, she looks a little more insecure than she would if she was in her home with her owners. She would be acting much differently. Place. Good girl. She's really trying. I really appreciate that. She's really giving me effort. Because it's starting to get boring now. So she's like, oh, this is boring. But she's getting it. A couple more. Break. Good girl. So I try to build a relationship with them as I do this, so that I can be the reward as well. And that's an important part of the way that I work with these dogs, is I actually want to be a valuable resource to them. I want them to value their time with me, okay? Because I am also the guy who's dishing out all the corrections and all this stuff too. I like to balance it out with a good relationship. So that helps me in moments like this where if I didn't have a good relationship with her and I was trying to ask her to go to that place bed, she wouldn't give me the time of day. She wouldn't give me any effort. I had to earn some respect from her. She respects me and trusts me a little bit. That's why she's doing this without a fight. So the ironic thing is though is that we had to have a little bit of a fight in order for me to gain that respect. So it's like every fight that's in there, if you can get through that, then you got the weight off from your dog, and your dog's more balanced and respectful and polite, and they trust you, and it's just a really good feeling. Everything goes much smoother. Okay. So let's see what we got here, honey. I am still holding pressure here, so she's learning. That is 6. Kookie. Place. Good girl. Right here's where she's gonna get stuck. Place. Good, because I'm starting to fade my body out. When I first started, I was right here on the mat with her, and I was pointing at it. Slowly, I'm over here. What you're gonna see eventually is I'm gonna send her to place, and then she's finished. Good girl. Break. Very nice. Let's speed this up a little bit, huh? Girl. Nice. Now, if I can start here and send her to place, we're in a good place. We're in a good place, yeah. We're in a good spot for today. That's good. Her attitude is much better today than yesterday, and we definitely have formed a nice bond in that little bit of time. Ready? Place. Let's see if she can figure it out. Place. To give her the answer there. Good girl. These reps are the reps that always look the sloppiest. And that's what people call the messy middle. It's because you're trying to give them less information, which means they have to try to think harder. So it can look like that sometimes. Those are very valuable. Watch what it gives us. Good girl. Break. You do a few of those, and then the dog just builds the understanding, and you're solid. Cookie's like, we're gonna do this place thing again, aren't we? If we're not going to, I'm just gonna lay down. That's what she's been doing because I've been talking. Good girl. All right, ready? Place. Good girl, Kookie. It's Kookie, not Cookie. Good girl. So that one was much smoother. She's on her way. Good girl. So we're still doing held pressure, but soon I'll just be putting on the pressure if she doesn't go to the place bed, so she can learn to. So that she can learn to avoid the pressure, right? Which is important. Break. Good job, Kookie. Good girl. She's really giving me effort, even in like, I think we're on like 30 something minutes now of doing this. Sit. Good. Good girl. And I'm running out of I'm running out of good motivation to give her as far as like reward. She's kind of took my affection for the first 20 minutes. Now she's like, okay, I'm done with being pet, and I don't want food. So I'm actually on borrowed time right now. Kookie, place. Good girl. That was nice. Very nice. Good girl. Very good. Proof it a little bit.
She's really trying.
She is, and I'm not going to ask much more of her actually of this lesson. I was going to just for the camera, but for her, I do want to end on a good note because she did not end it on a good note yesterday because she tried to come up the leash as soon as we got the leash. So today it's like we get to show her if she takes our direction, we'll take care of her. So I don't want to overwork her. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do one little experience here with a toy to proof it, and then I'm going to let her chill, and then she's going to have some time off before we get back to it. Okay, make sure my numbers are right here. I think I'll set it at a 10. She's pretty sensitive. I'm waiting for that eye contact to swing back to me, but sometimes it don't. Good, that's good enough for me. That's beautiful. Nice. Okay, so now we'll try. I feel like I got enough body influence over her. I feel like if I were to step towards her, she'd get back on the bed, so I'm going to drop the leash, and that allows me to get this ball over here in front of her. bad throw, wasn't it? So she's really chill still. We're not seeing any signs of extreme anxiety. I am seeing interest like that with little head movements. That's actually not that bad. As far as what we have seen in the past, you get a dog who's chill and you bring out a ball and all sorts of anxiety, drool. This isn't that bad. It's some fixation, but she kind of knows at this point that she's working. She's starting to learn that there's a difference between work and play. And she's getting that early, and she's a young pup, so this is going to be really good for her moving forward. She's like, okay, I'm working, so I know I'm not supposed to get off this bed. So that means I'm not going to focus on this because I can't have it. That's pretty good. Very good girl. She's more focused on me than the ball. That's a good day. It's a good place to end it for her. And then we might pick it up later, or we might pick it up tomorrow. We'll see how she feels.